That Ford truck is supposed to be pretty cool too, the all-electric one.
Oh, it is. I've been in it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Who do you know has one?
My old boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Mm-hmm. He took us for a trip to Starbucks in it. And then he was showing us the frunk.
The freaking screen too. They got a giant screen in the
giant
front.
screen. But he was showing the frunk. He's like, yeah, probably fit 2 of you in there. I was like, okay, let me see. Sure enough, yeah.
You got in it?
I got in there. He closed it on me and everything.
He closed it.
And there's a little glowing button in there, and it's got a little running man on it.
Oh, telling you
To escape.
if somebody gets you in here, this is how you get out.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I guess just in case you do that to yourself or something, like, I don't know, some weird situation.
Now, I know I've seen those in different cars and stuff, but I don't think I've seen them with the guy, like, furiously running, you know?
I want to say there's a trunk one like that, a pull handle that you can get out of the trunk.
Most cars have them, and they glow in the dark and shit.
Yeah, so you know how to get yourself out.
Ain't nobody want to get stuck in a trunk nowadays.
Yeah, but yeah, that's funny. It's all glowing. So ding, ding, ding. That's how you get out, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Franks are weird. The Tesla Frank is weird too. I've seen people opening theirs. It's like an area. The Tesla one is not big at all. Like that one's like you can put a luggage or something, like that's it.
Yeah.
But I imagine the truck one, if you got in it and you could fit
pretty
another.
decent. And it's cool because it's got like this ice area. So you could fill it with like ice and water and shit and then drain it down.
Okay, so it's got like ice chest features.
Yeah, and it's got outlets like everywhere.
So that'd be perfect for like a tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
You park it.
And that's the idea.
Park it back in, back up.
Take it to the beach or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Put all your ice in there and close that shit. Does it have a lid on there or just... Okay, so you can close off the area and keep it cool. Ah, so they already thought of everything. That's good.
Yeah, I can't remember if that's in the back or the front, but it's one of them.
You saw it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool.
I've seen some of the Cybertrucks too. Some of their features looks pretty cool. Their back trunk. It's weird. And then the little like flare stuff that they're doing on some of these Cybertrucks where they got like they're changing the wheelbase and they're adding shit and they're just dropping it and lowering it. Like they're doing some crazy shit.
I just hear like the weirdest fucking shit about those Cybertrucks though.
Yeah, no, they haven't worked out all the kinks.
Oh no.
They're messing up for sure. Like some people are trying to take them off road to see how they do off road, and they're getting fucked up, dude.
Yeah, man. I saw them when they were trying to. It got stuck or something. Like they were testing it on this track or this course against, I believe, the Ford.
Yeah.
And at one point, they were trying to test its tow capability or something, and the Cybertruck. They were trying to pull out the Ford because the Ford got stuck, and the Cybertruck bumper ripped off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On
and when
back?
they looked at it, it was like the guy was saying that it wasn't even
welded to
like the frame.
It wasn't part of the frame.
No, it was just on there, and it's like, how do you expect people to tow like that?
Not good.
Mm-mm.
Not good at all. They're
not good.
I seen where they the metal surface. Some guy
like to shine it up and shit.
Polished it where you can see it, and he just took his time and polished the whole thing until it turned like a mirror. And I was like, oh, that was because it's stainless steel. You could do that to any stainless steel.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's kind of like dangerous.
You think so?
Wouldn't it be?
It looked pretty cool.
I mean, think about you're driving a mirror at night with all these headlights and shit on you.
During the day.
Oh, yeah.
You mirror somebody in the face with the sun.
I hate that shit, man.
You make a turn and they're like, I can't even see. Like, You got me mirrored in the face.
I wonder how the DeLorean Motor Company's doing, because I heard they were going to bring back the DeLorean.
They did.
They did?
They have a concept DeLorean.
Oh, but it's nothing on the market yet.
No,
Okay.
they never released it. But it looked cool. But everybody wants the DeLorean.
Well, yeah.
So they changed it because
It's
they don't.
iconic.
Just make the DeLorean. That's what people want.
Yeah, just do that. And I heard
new
that they were
DeLorean.
trying to make make an electric version and shit too. And
Yeah, pull up the concept DeLorean because it doesn't. It like reminds you of the old car, but it doesn't. It's not the same thing. Like in my mind, I want the DeLorean, but just slightly changed. I want that back hatchback looking thing, and I want the silver metal colors with the black trim. Like I want some of that old style, but they changed it. They're making it look like a future car, like something you'd see in like Cyberpunk or something.
yeah, so what they say is like it never was supposed to be that specific brand idea the whole time, I guess.
No.
But, yeah, they quote themselves as like a company that's supposed to change and evolve. So
they're kind of going away from their original DeLorean.
slightly, yeah, but they still have the wing doors. I guess the new one is the Alpha 5.
And there's no release date still.
Let's see, y'all.
'Cause when
No, it looks like just all concepts.
Yeah, that's what I it looked like it was just a concept car when I saw it, and I was like, I don't think they're ever gonna release it. I mean, it'd be cool if they did, but
It just kind of looks like any regular sports car with a futuristic
Yeah.
look.
see, and people want the DeLorean, so just make the freaking DeLorean. Like if you made
they're taking reserves for it though.
so yeah, that's what they did with the Cybertruck, and it took years for them to. I mean, they took pre-orders forever until they finally released it, but. Yeah, I mean, if they ever made the original DeLorean, but just cooler and newer, I think the thing would sell out. But I mean, I get it. Everybody's got their own ideas of what they want their car company to be. I miss their companies.
I guess they still sell the classic cars.
I almost bought the Lego DeLorean at Target one day. It looked cool, and it was the huge one, dude. It was like as big as this freaking board.
Oh, dude, you know what Lego set I want?
And it had the flux capacitor light.
Oh,
in
so
there.
it was like the Back to the Future one.
It was the DeLorean. It was a fucking full-on official one, big ass car too. And I was like,
that's legit.
I mean, I passed on it, but fuck.
Did you hear Rivian has these like themes for all of their electrical stuff now?
What do you mean themes?
Like you can reset, you could set your dash and your infotainment area and all that to different themes. Like they have
the coloring and stuff.
No, not just the coloring. Like they have it like where you can put it time travel, and so it looks like all of the buttons and shit from the DeLorean in Back to the Future. You know, stuff like that. And then they have like a Christmas one or something.
The old the DeLorean has the old like clock lighting, like the buttons like connect to make the two. You know the way they change the date. Remember when they flipped the date? Yeah. That's like the old school clock radio style, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what
Right.
the fuck you call it.
I forget what those displays are called, but
It has a name. It has a name.
They're just like basic number displays that can be numbers or letters in very abstract ways.
like our old calculator. You could see the outline of the other numbers until it was lit.
Right.
Yeah, the 8 and the 0 and shit. 3, but yeah, I know Tesla has those themes too for their. They have a whole fucking secret dance they could do and shit, and lights up and turns around. You can program it. Yeah, you can program it, and it does the whole symphony song and shit, and blinks and opens and doors and shit, and does a dance. And you could change the horn to a fart sound or something.
Ew, why?
Because it's Because
It's
why not?
ridiculous.
I mean, you can make it a boat sound or a fart sound. I mean, they were doing some wild
Jeez.
shit for a while where you could upload your own sounds and shit. I think they took that away though, because when people with me with some weird shit. But yeah, they were doing some weird stuff too. But yeah, I don't know, man. These cars seem cool, but they're not ready. Like you're saying, like,
Some are not, yeah. Some are decently going, and then I think 2025 is when Honda's supposed to release their electric vehicle, like their newest one. And
everybody's gonna have
that's
them.
what they said, that like that's when solid state batteries might be ready. So we'll see. I'm just excited to see what that first solid state in production looks like.
Dude, did you see that Rolls Royce that was all electric?
No.
Pull up the Rolls Royce. I can't even fucking Rolls Royce. I think it's a freaking. This beard is fucking up my speech. I can't even. I think it's a concept too. But
The Rolls Royce Spectre?
I think that's what the name is. It's got wheels and shit that like disappear.
Oh, that's not what I'm looking at. This is for sale. It's a $420,000 car.
And it's all electric?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This must be the one I saw must be like a fucking concept.
Interesting.
It's got like they always put crazy shit like you can pull out your luggage from the car and shit. It's built into the car, and if you want a umbrella, it's like in the side of the door and it pops out and you got an umbrella and shit. I'm like,
I mean, you don't need it, but hey, there you go.
It's already built in, so it's like you don't got to carry it. It's like
that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, I'm too rich to carry my own shit.
Like they had those seats in there in one of their models. I don't know which, but like in the back, it was able to like near fully recline.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy to think about in a car.
A full on
recliner.
Yeah. Or the ones where the seats flip and now your passengers are like facing.
Oh yeah, you can turn around and shit.
Yeah.
They actually say that's the best way to actually travel is for you to be facing opposite of where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
because if you stop, you go into the seat.
Yeah, it's safer and it's easier on you for like not getting car sick and shit. But we just can't fathom the idea of not seeing where we're going. Which is why people don't like that very often.
Yeah.
Because like they could have done the whole thing where it's all backwards.
Once they get into the whole like full on electric car where we just go in and it just takes off and drives for us, we're gonna be sitting and looking at our passengers and just being like, hey, what's
about
up?
To drink that
like
Joker.
You can drink the Joker's head.
Yeah. I went to reach for it. I was like, oh, that's not my game.
Turn him into a pin. You're all yeah.
So this new Lego set they got, it's Power Rangers Lego Megazord.
Oh.
It's huge, and it turns from the actual different dinosaurs and Zords, how they were individual, and then you can build it into the Megazord. So it's like super cool. And it's articulating like all the right ways and shit.
These toys are getting so advanced, dude.
I know, man.
Like the Megatron. Like they came out with the Optimus Prime that converted from this diesel to the actual, and then they made it even better when they did Megatron. So you turn from a fucking tank into, and he does it even better. And he even moves more and talks to you and you give him commands and stuff. Like,
it's just crazy how like
it's
quickly things change with technology.
Well, it's like all the guys that grew up with these toys are like, I want to make a cooler one, and then they're just making the coolest shit they can make. Like we have this whole generation of like Transformers that we used to play with when we were a kid, and we're like, what if we could make one that actually transforms? And then someone's like, yeah, let's do it. And then there's a whole market of people that'll buy
Yeah,
it.
and there's some like cheap ones that do that. I've seen them in like stores and shit where people driving them around RC cars and press a button and it goes from car to robot, but it's really cheap looking.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like some of those Transformers with the detail and the articulation and all that shit.
Or those statues they have at like GameStop that you can buy. Like I saw a guy put Ghost Rider one together.
Oh,
that was on a stand.
The bust and shit.
Yeah, but he was on his bike and it had the fucking chain like this with the light going through the chain. And when he connected it all and plugged it in, dude, it looks sick, dude. The fire and the flames. They got cool shit now. Like those are more like not made for movement. They're just like kind of a statue piece.
I really get pissed off at that sometimes though. Like how cool fucking toys and shit are nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get that fucking shit when I was a kid.
But it's not even for the kids. It's for us. Like,
I guess you're right.
Like the kid can't even appreciate.
I still can't get that shit today.
These collectors are putting it in their fucking nice glass cases and having like a crazy like toy set. You know, they got Optimus and Megatron.
And all the collections and shit.
Yeah, it's for us now, man. We're just making toys for our old childhood, like that we didn't get. You know, like we didn't have a lot of toys.
True.
We didn't. Like I remember just having like my little bin that I had like my Ninja Turtles and shit. Like I didn't have a lot of toys.
See, for me growing up, I was collecting the Transformers, but my generation Transformers was Beast Wars.
Dude, Beast Wars was sick, dude. I would come home. I would run home, dude, to turn that shit on, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Beast Wars, dude. And they did come out with one, right? I didn't watch the Transformers that had the fucking beast in it, but they made one.
Yeah. So those the movie, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
But when I saw the clips, it just didn't feel like the cartoon I used to watch.
No, because it wasn't. It wasn't those characters the same way. So they were using them because I believe in the story there are dinosaur Transformers.
Yeah.
In that normal Optimus Prime Autobots, you know?
Yeah.
And then Beast Wars was like this whole prehistoric thing, and they weren't Autobots. They were, what they call themselves. It was like,
yeah.
So they had Predacons, and the other ones were like mammal something. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about. I remember Optimus was a gorilla.
Yeah, Optimus was a gorilla. Megatron was a T-Rex.
And then they had a cheetah.
Mm-hmm. I think their Starscream was like a bee.
Was it?
Yeah, because on the bad guy side of it all, they were either dinosaurs or they were like insects.
That's right.
And then on the other side, they were like animals with fur or some shit. You know, like the cheetah, they had the rat, they had gorilla, a rhinoceros,
That's right.
you know, like just normal animals that you would think of. But what was interesting about that one was it was like this crash landing type situation. Like they got stuck there.
Yeah.
And there was a shit ton Transformers falling down from the sky and shit every so often. And they would go and try to be the first team to get there, get them, so that they can turn them to their side. Because they were blank at first, right? And then they have to scan something and shit.
It'd be funny if they scan like the wrong animal. They scan like a sloth.
Well, that's what
and they're
happens.
just like, oh no, and they're trying to climb really slow. They're like, this was the wrong animal.
Yeah. And then it got a little weird because, like, you know, what do they do more? I mean, they have to go bigger at one point. So one of the seasons, they were like supercharged and they were slowly all becoming supercharged and shit. So they were looking like they're animals, but they had like robotic parts to them in animal form.
They're like hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to make them cooler.
Yeah, Cheetor was my favorite.
Yeah.
I had a Cheetor Transformer growing up. Loved it.
I remember that dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's cool.
And then what is the other one? Rat Attack or something?
Rat Attack.
Or I don't remember what his name was. I think it was that.
I feel like
Something with a rat.
I feel like there was a monkey or a chimpanzee or something.
I don't know. I feel like Optimus was the only primate.
Which made sense. Optimus Prime, Primate, you know.
And he wasn't even Optimus Prime. He was Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
Optimus Primal.
I kind of like how in the movies they made the primes. That was kind of a cool thing when they, oh, he's a prime? And they would like kind of freak out because they didn't know, you know, and then they started learning about the primes and shit.
Right.
That
Yeah. And
storyline.
then there's something about that too. In like, you know, the OG Transformers storylines and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in the cartoon and stuff. They
Mhm.
talked about it, but I just, you know, when you're a kid, you're not really.
No,
like,
and like I didn't grow up with that one, you know, so I didn't
original.
watch the '80s version.
yeah.
You know, mine was Beast Wars, and then after that was that other weird Beast Wars that they did, where they were like in space or some shit, and now they're like different type of moving things, like they're closer to cars and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was weird. That was a weird one. I don't think that lasted as long.
No, it probably fell off.
Yeah.
By then. Yeah, it was more of an X-Men.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
That I think that was like the biggest one. Like I come home and like, yeah, dude, I used to love that show, dude.
For me in the superhero genre as a kid, it was probably more like the what was it? The Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And then Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man all the way until it became that weird one where he was in space with the animal and people.
Oh, I never saw
You
that.
remember that one?
No, I never saw that.
They took it from that Spider-Man animated one. They went to try to go farther, and he had this crazy ass fucking suit. I think it was called Spider-Man Unlimited. Yeah, and then he ends up in like this weird world where it's run by humanoid animals, and then human people are like slaves and shit.
Whoa.
So there's just like a dictatorship, and so now he's got to fight with the rebellion.
And they put him in space, dude. What are they doing?
He went to space, yeah.
The hell?
So and the storyline was like, I'm Peter Parker, and I'm going to space as a reporter to, you know,
take pictures.
Mhm.
That's what he does.
Yeah, and then his suit would let him go like invisible now.
Oh yeah, well I guess
Yeah.
I mean you already put him in space.
It got weird.
Just do it all. I mean,
It's when they start
fucking...
doing shit like that like, you know, things get okay.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta do something because eventually it just becomes stale. Like you're just doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
For me, I was at the tail end of that X-Men series, I feel like, when I was in my age. So my X-Men was the X-Men Next Generation or something. And that one followed more along the lines of like the younger X-Men and shit. And like they went to school.
Yeah. What was that called? That was the X-Men.
I want to say it was X-Men Next Generation or something.
Yeah, it was something like that, like Academy or something. Or yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, by then I kind of stopped watching it too. I was already watching something else. Or...
You know what was great though? In that same like kind of time and universe, Static Shock. Did you ever watch that one, or were you past that?
I think I watched Static. I'm gonna take this. I don't know
how long you were gonna keep that on.
I was gonna keep it for a while. Like it's all right. Blah. Okay, now I feel like my mouth can move. It was cool for a little bit, but it's probably sounding pretty muffled.
X-Men Evolution. That's what it was.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Batman, the animated series.
Oh, yeah, dude. Batman was always cool, man.
Oh, shit. And you know what was so interesting about that? And they won like a fucking award for it, I think, a couple times. But they didn't do it in traditional animation style. You know, they wanted this to be dark and shit. So instead of drawing everything out on white paper, which is the norm, they drew everything on black paper. So they're kind of like making negatives of it almost.
They're doing the opposite. They're trying to make the dark lighter.
So that's why that show, it feels so dark.
It does.
Because it literally is drawn on dark. So everything that you see that is black has no drawing on it. It's all the outlines and shit that you get instead.
Pretty smart. Because they were probably like, we're just making this whole white paper black. Why don't we just have black paper?
Yeah, exactly. and because of that, you know, it was like a big visually impressive thing. They won a couple different awards because of that early on.
You know, you think about too, like when there's a storm and you see the light kind of like flashing, you know, on the, you know, you see the lightning bolt. It's all dark, and then you just see the flash coming from the clouds, and then you can see clouds. Yeah, they do a really good job. It was Mark Hamill too as Joker, right? He did the Joker for those series.
He did the Joker,
and he still does.
You know,
it, right?
The only reason he got that Joker role is because of the Trickster from the early '90s Flash series.
Yeah, he was doing that voice.
Yeah, no, well, he did. That was a live action Flash series back in the day. And it was kind of ridiculous, but one of the Flash's villains is the Trickster, and he's kind of like, you know, this clown type person. Okay. But Mark Hamill went and did that as like a live action acting role.
Yeah.
And when they saw that, you know, they were like, ooh, that's what we want. And so they asked him to do the voiceover. And I don't know if he was wanting to do it right away at first, but eventually that's what he became known for, is voiceover work and shit.
He's done so many now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He actually said one of the interesting roles he did was that Fall of the House of Usher. Is that Netflix one based off of... Jeez, who is it? I want to say it's an Edgar Allan Poe thing, but I could be totally wrong. But it's a really good show. It's creepy, it's horror and shit, and he plays this really devilish lawyer. The premise is it follows this family as they are slowly start dying, like members of the family start like dying in weird ways. And the family is like a conglomerate company that pretty much has their hands in a lot of different things. And in order to cover up corporate crimes and shit like that, Mark Hamill plays this fucking heartless lawyer that just cleans up the messes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's live action?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a fucking amazing show. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. The Fall of the House of Usher, I think.
There's so many shows. There's so many good shows. Like I can't. There's that M. Night Shyamalan fucking show too.
Is there? What was that one?
Exactly. Like I can't even remember the name, but I keep seeing it pop up. That's
they
getting
just keep
like
spitting out shows left and right now, Dad.
They're like, oh, he redeemed himself again. Like they're saying it's a good show.
Fuck that guy.
you don't trust him.
I'm still sour over the fucking Avatar.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're a big fan of Avatar. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Marvel Rivals? that game?
Yeah, it's like put fucking Overwatch to shame, I guess.
10 million players in 3 days.
Mm-hmm. It looks cool as fuck. Have you seen some of the things people were doing in there? Because it basically follows the same type of gameplay idea as Overwatch, except with Marvel superheroes and villains.
Which works because everybody loves
so fucking well.
Yeah, everybody loves those characters.
You know, in Overwatch, there's that one where, you know, you start closed out and then the other team is already outside and then the doors open and you rush out and try to take them down and shit. So somebody was playing Doctor Strange. They opened up a portal off of a ledge and then they jumped and flew back in. Then they ran to that door before it opened and they put a portal straight there. So when the fucking door opened, everybody ran through the portal and it just all fell out the
Died.
edge.
Oh my god!
But it's like that kind of shit that they let come into this, and it's like, well, why not?
Some people like it.
That's what they would do.
They like the free form version.
Yeah,
of that.
I mean, it looks fucking sick as fuck. I want to play it, but I just maybe I will over the Christmas break and shit. You know,
yeah,
Christmas vacation
Get
times.
some extra time on your hands. I downloaded the Indiana Jones. That looks cool.
Oh yeah, the Indiana Jones one looks super cool. It's
Crusades
kind of
or
reminded
something?
me of like Tomb Raider, but Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it looks exactly. They showed the scene for scene on the movie and the character and what you're doing and stuff like that. You gotta get the sand and you gotta change it.
I mean, there's fucking some interesting games coming out now. You know.
Yeah, and I think it's just a single player. I mean, it's not anything.
I like those games though. The single player ones I really enjoy.
Just go on an adventure.
Yes.
You know.
And then the only other ones I like are like Battle Royale or team battle type games.
Yeah,
like
multiplayer.
Halo or Call of Duty or Overwatch.
Yeah.
Or Fortnite.
Yeah, first person or second person shooters or whatever, however you want to play.
Yeah, first person's my first go-to, and then second after that. But
Yeah, that was like the original gaming that we were used to when we were kids, because there wasn't a lot of like online play, so we were just single player. We just
because consoles used to come with like 4 ports for controllers and shit.
Yeah, or 2 back in the day, and then like Nintendo had that adapter to make it 4 and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and then after that, Nintendo's consoles were just always like that. So the N64 had 4.
Yeah.
And then the GameCube had 4.
Yeah.
And the first Xbox had 4. And then the 360 had 4, but you could do 4 wireless. That was the big game changer. PlayStation also had an option for it, but you had to get the extender
to make it 2.
Yeah, so you could
2 and
split
2.
it.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, because I started with PlayStation too. Like that was the first PlayStation is one of like the first. I had a Sega and I had a PlayStation.
Oh yeah, we had a PlayStation early on because when that first came out and they used CD-ROMs, those weren't like, not everybody had a CD-ROM reader in their computers and shit. That was one of the reasons Sony used it, was because they're trying to push their product.
Yeah.
And so those that did, they were able to just copy the fucking disc like the same way you would drag something to a flash drive.
Yeah.
Like it's just that easy. But you would have to have both a CD-ROM reader and a CD-ROM writer. 2 different bays. They didn't come combo at that time. So my dad had a friend though who had that. My dad would rent us video games that we wanted from Blockbuster, because you can rent them at the time, I think for like $5 or some shit. And then he would take it to his friend, and the friend would copy it, and then boom, we had that game.
Yeah.
But eventually, PlayStation caught on to it, and they started making the discs different, and they started looking for specific chips and shit in your PlayStation. So the discs ended up coming with black at the end, on the other side. And so if you had those and you had a modded PlayStation that read copied discs and shit, it just didn't work anymore. It would tell you like, this software will not run on this system.
Yeah, give you error message.
Yeah, so it was like, well, we can't play any of the new games anymore.
But you could still play the old one with the old games. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny that Nintendo still technically uses cartridges. Like in the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, they're just little tiny. But it's like.
But I mean, it makes sense though, because Nintendo doesn't care too much about the image quality and shit.
Well, you're downloading the game anyways.
Yeah, and they care about the game.
Like all these consoles, you're just downloading the game anyways. If you have the disc, it's like, oh, you have the disc, now you can play. Like, but the game's already on your stupid freaking console. Like,
right.
That's the same with the Switch. You have to download all these games anyway. So it's just telling the cartridge is just telling the system, hey, he can play now. Like, pretty much. I mean, there can't be that much on that freaking cartridge.
No, because you still, like you said, got to download the updates and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
and
they
it
make
still
it
has to be
download.
installed. But then you can't play it if you don't have the cartridge.
Yeah, it's dumb because it's like I already bought it.
So then what's the point of even getting the cartridge? So I stopped getting cartridges. I just buy it online now.
Yeah,
It's not like Nintendo changes their prices anyway.
They had a deal for the sport Nintendo. It used to be Wii Sports, but it's just Nintendo Sports.
Oh, for the Switch and shit?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It
No,
comes
I
with
believe it.
one leg strap, so you can do soccer. And if you want to do a 2-player soccer, you just unstrap it and you give it to the other person, and you take turns like that. But it works pretty good. They got basketball, volleyball, golf. The golf is actually pretty cool. It is pretty realistic too, because you got to hold the Switch controller and you got the way your arm swings. It knows. And
you know
can
what though?
Reset it.
I can't do those anymore.
No, you don't like the.
So we have the new Mario Party, right? The Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah.
And we've been playing with just the pro controllers and shit. You know.
So you're not using the Joy-Cons?
We didn't get to. There's games that you can't play unless you use motion. So we decided to go play every single motion game.
Yeah.
Because you can go to like a specific place and just play the mini games.
Yeah.
And so as we were doing that, we found that like it just was painful and tiring.
You're getting tired of playing the.
And it was hurting my wrists, and I could never do like the bike ride one where you're on a little tiny tricycle and you have to like move it like you're pedaling and shit. And I could not do that for the life of me. And Crystal was good at it. I couldn't. I would just try to go as fast as I can with it, and it wouldn't fucking move. And then if you didn't hold it right, like if you're doing the hammer or some shit, you got to do it very specific. And I was just having so much issues with it. And it was putting a lot of strain on my wrists, man. I was like, carpal tunnel is real.
It does. You can overexert yourself for sure on those games. Yeah, you got to take it easy. I mean, it's good in spurts. But yeah, I bought some new Joy-Cons, and Walmart does have third-party Joy-Cons. Like, they're just called Joy controllers or something like that. They can't call it Joy-Con. They call it something else. Or Joy-Pad. I think that's what they call it, Joy-Pads. But I was looking at them, and then I was like, man, it's only like $25 or something. And then they got kind of like cool little, like, they make different colors and they got little designs. But it looks exactly like a Joy-Con.
Right.
But then I started reading the reviews, and the people are like, this shit sucks. It's definitely breaks easy. Like, one of them stopped working like after a week. And
Most
like,
definitely, man.
I'm like, no, you know
now,
what?
if a reputable company came out with something,
yeah,
like there are some out there that are decent, from like decent
parties.
companies and shit.
I know Xbox has some pretty like legit third party companies they've always been working with, and you can get a pretty good product from them. But yeah, it seems like whatever those Joy-Cons they were selling, like, no, man, they're just knockoffs and they're gonna break. Or some. A lot of people were saying it was broken when they got it. Like they opened the package and it didn't even work in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, it's drifting already and stuff. I'm like, dude, how is it broken before you even use
Best controller I've ever used on the Switch, and it's probably the only one anybody should use if they want full controller.
Yeah,
is the 8-bit dos.
Yeah,
have you seen those ones?
I probably have.
They're fucking great, man. They got what is it? The Hall Effect thumbsticks and shit. So it doesn't. You don't have to worry about drift as much. It's just a good feel in the hands.
Yeah.
And button layout and all that. Perfect. And they're not expensive. They're like $30. And it's better than the Nintendo's Pro controller for sure.
Yeah. We just use the Joy-Cons with that little like housing thing.
Oh,
you
dude,
slide them in.
When you go to a controller.
Yeah. That's what I use for the
different.
Xbox. I love the controller, but most of the time when we're playing Switch, I find that we're just doing like Mario Party or something. Or
Even with Mario Party, I'd rather just use a controller.
But you need the Joy-Con. It makes
because you could set motion controls off, so you don't have to use the Joy-Con.
So if you turn that off, then it won't ask you to do the whole. Yeah, but the Joy-Con's kind of fun because then you're like this and you're moving around or you're hitting the stupid things or whatever.
No, man, me and Crystal, we're fucking pros, bro.
You guys just turn off
Yeah,
all
we
motion.
found that like, you know, when you gotta like tap A really quick, we just get like a chapstick. And we just
my
rub it over it.
Old school, like the old
Yeah,
square
different,
button.
like,
Remember?
fucking ways
Remember
of
that?
doing it.
You put your shirt over it, and you could just go really fast over that Nintendo Square controller. Yeah, those little hacks for that one too. I remember when I was young, my mom she went to a yard sale, and the Super Nintendo was already pretty old by then, like 90 something or whatever, 98 or something like that. And somebody was just selling, like, my son went to college and he left all of his Nintendo stuff in the attic, and I just brought it down, and she had a big old box of all these games. Like, and then he had like all the like third-party controllers. Remember the one that had just like a round circle? And
yeah.
Yeah, he had all those. He had the pad that I always wanted when I was a kid. You know, the running pad for track and field.
Yeah.
And he had like the glove and stuff.
Oh, he had the power glove.
Yeah, he had like all the fucking cool dude, I don't even know if he knew she was selling these stuff.
That's the kind of shit, like, it's like, fuck yeah. Mom doesn't know what she got.
Yeah.
Son's away at college. He's gonna come home fucking freaked
He
out.
said, "Where's my Nintendo shit?
The fuck did you do with that shit?"
Dude, he had games I never even seen, dude. Like, like I was like, we were playing so many different games, dude. That shit was so fun. But yeah, he had all the attachments to make 4 controllers, and like, yeah, he had all the cool shit. Dude.
He was the cool kid on the block.
Yeah, he had it. She must have bought him everything. I think maybe he was like an only child or something, you know, and they just spoiled the shit out of him. But yeah, the only time I ever tried the pad was I went to my like cousins in California's house, and they had the pad, and we were all, oh shit, and we were all running in their room, getting all fucking sweaty and stuff.
Yeah, I had a friend who had one of those too, but we didn't use it very often when we went there.
No, it was more novelty. Like it's fun. Like
most of that stuff is, you know,
it's
like
fun
like the Wii
for a
Fit
while.
Type balance board and shit.
Yeah, we used that too. We had it too, and it's just like it wears off. You're just like, eh. The one that we played, I think the most was the Connect Sports. Like that shit was fun.
Oh yeah, I loved playing Connect games.
No
dude.
controller.
No controller. Yeah,
it just picks up your motion.
So fucking great, and I'm so sad that like it was just an abandoned technology. For a minute, it was great because like you just like tell your Xbox turn on and off and shit.
Yeah, especially
voice
if
controlled.
You started connecting it with the cable box.
The thing is that they were not able to really integrate it well into like AAA title games. So it was fun for family shit, but it was too expensive for family shit.
They always talked about doing a Call of Duty where you could just hold your hands up.
They had some of those like demos and shit, and I've played them. But then like you just don't want to. You got to turn it off. Because there was a Call of Duty, I think, that I played with the Kinect, and like you could like move a certain way to reload and shit, or to change a weapon. But like when you're in the heat of it, this you don't want to do that.
yeah, never.
The same with Halo. They integrated into Halo because why not?
They kind of just all moved into VR. All those companies that were kind of doing that stuff. Just
it's faster to press the button than it is to say Cortana reload.
yeah, you can't. No. It's not gonna work. I do want to go to one of those VR places that they have one in Scottsdale where you put the goggles on and you're in a room and it's got the fucking vest that reacts
haptic feedback and shit.
Yeah, it gives you the feedback of shooting or someone clawing at you, a zombie and shit. And it's like I see those videos of people playing. I'm like, that looks pretty
cool, right?
Yeah, it's got your ranking, it's got the score on there. You're shooting fucking zombies.
That's fucking Ready Player One shit, man.
Yeah, and you're in a whole room, and then like,
that's the kind of VR I want.
Yeah. And then but it's perfect setup because it's in a room where you're not going to trip over your fucking furniture and shit, like flip over your couch or something because you run away from a zombie or something, like.
Right.
Because if your brain thinks it's real, and you'll react.
Yeah. The only thing with those right now, I mean, I feel like they still haven't gotten to a way where it fuck with your head.
Yeah, like, you can only do so much.
Because it just eventually you just start feeling like sick and dizzy and shit.
Yeah, there's a limit to it for sure.
Eye strain. Because you got those two screens right in front of you, and they're magnified in a certain way with the lenses, and they can only go at a certain refresh rate. Like, that's the big thing. Like, how do we get screens in higher quality, smaller, and with a higher refresh rate? Because the higher the refresh rate, the easier it should be on your eyes and shit, you know?
They're going to have to figure out some kind of screens for that because, yeah, that was a knock on the Apple fucking VR was that people are getting nauseous and sick and shit. Like they're walking in the real world, but then they're like getting headaches and like it's heavy and it's got a big ass fucking cord connected to it for the battery because they didn't want to put the battery built into the goggles because it was going to make it too heavy. So then it's got the battery pack and shit in your pocket.
But see, that's the kind of stuff that is exciting if we see with solid state batteries.
Yeah, once the battery technology gets up, then they can build it right into the fucking.
Yeah, when they can just make it tiny and shit.
I do like those Ray-Ban glasses. I was looking at them for a bit.
The ones with the
Meta glasses. Yeah. They record the new version that just came out. It looks like the video is getting better, and it's already getting better for motion. So, like, you know, because when you're walking, you're kind of like, oh, look over there.
I'm still pissed off when I pre-ordered that fucking VR headset, the Deca Move or some shit. And it was really cool because what they did is they had a technology where you put it on your waist, this little sensor. And so now you don't have to move with your thumbs and shit or just where your head is looking. Your body can move separately from that just like you normally would. So like moving with your hips was more natural than it was to like the head in turn.
Yeah.
You know.
What happened with that? It just didn't fall through. They didn't make it after.
The company was small, and as they were coming up with their technology and everything, they were just slightly behind. Eventually, when you have people like Facebook, Meta, who's throwing out headsets at ridiculously low prices, like they lose money on it.
Yeah,
because they know that once they get into the system and shit, they can gain more money on digital content.
Yeah, and once you become the go-to product, it's like you know, Blu-ray
smaller
discs.
Companies can't compete with that when they're underselling the shit. You know, it's one of the reasons I think like they stopped doing the HTC Valve headsets and shit.
Yeah, they're just not turning a profit. I mean,
because they can't make them cheap enough to compete.
And Meta's so big, they can just give them away and just get you hooked.
Right.
They got a ridiculous amount of money to put into this technology.
And then when you sign up for it and shit, you got to sign in with your Facebook account and shit. And now
it's all linked.
Now they're not only just selling that, but they're selling all the fucking data they're getting from you.
Yeah, you got your whole account. I mean,
everything you see.
Yeah, it is a cool headset, though. I mean, if you've used it before.
I have, and it's cool. But, you know, I just can't.
I haven't done it.
Can't commit to it.
Yeah, I haven't done it either. I know the girls want it, and they've played on it and stuff like that. Like, let's get one. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down this road yet. I'm waiting. Yeah. Maybe Meta 3.
I feel like from day one, I was building my computer to be able to do VR. All the way back in like fucking, what was that, 2015, 2016 or some shit?
Yeah.
When it was in the pioneer age of it all. You know, you had to have like a fucking sensors hooked up all across your room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That would help. If you could put those sensors in, they just put them in the corner of the room and stuff. Right. Yeah.
Like I had a friend who had one of those Oculus, like the early ones.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it to work because it broke. So he gave it to me to fix. And then I was playing with it for a while, but I didn't have controllers or the other sensor things. So all I was able to do was the motion-based things where you move your head.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't as fun because I was giving myself a headache. Yeah. You're not walking around. You're just sitting in the chair and whatnot. And of course, there's no hand tracking at this time. So your hands are still just on keyboard or controller.
Did you end up fixing it?
Oh, yeah.
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 What was wrong with it?
It was like a cable issue or some shit. So it was just a little bit of soldering and got it all fixed.
Nice.
Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's open this fucking presents, yeah.
Okay. I do have something for you, but it's not as nice wrapped or as big.
It's bigger than it is.
Well, this is what I got you.
All right.
For the man who has everything.
I do have a lot of stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's just so hard to figure out where to go with you. It's like, do I get him a toy or do I get him a gadget or do I get him a beer?
My thing is I always get something that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I give people stuff that I want and it usually works out because I like cool shit. But yeah, you go ahead and open yours up, man.
All right, let's see this.
This is something that I almost kept.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like,
oh shit, Sonic.
Dun 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 dun. Well, it goes along with your picture. So check it out. You can push the button.
Oh shit. Oh, you put your phone in there and shit?
Yeah, but it charges too.
Wait, it charges your phone?
It charges. Yeah, it's got some USB ports on the side.
That is sick, man. Light up charging device holder.
And it has 2 USB ports. There's a lot of these.
It does.
There's a lot of these ones that don't have the.
Holds controllers and phones.
Yeah, so you can do either one. And it has a port on the side. You can fucking charge whatever you want. Like
that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I wanna
take
test
it out.
Man.
Take it out. I've only seen the tester. I've only been pushing that tester button.
Man, they package this pretty well.
Yeah. Rip it. Fuck it.
I don't know which way you're supposed to go. Shit, it's already connected to like a battery source.
Yeah, that's how you get that light tester. So I figured it's got to have some kind of.
Well, I just thought maybe, I don't know what I was thinking.
It's got some cords down there.
Yeah. Oh shit. It's like hot glued to it. To the box and shit, the button. I'll just take that out. That's cool though. If it's just like
you got a little
ass battery.
Yeah, you got that little ass battery.
And then this button.
I bet you could do something with that little battery.
Yeah, and this button. It's a momentary button, I guess. So pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, keep that tech for later. So there's your cord that you plug in. So you can, imagine you can do it an outlet, or you can do USB, or you can keep it right here.
Most definitely. Let's see. And then you can just take, and then you have a little spot in there. You can shove the cord in, I guess. Is that what that's for?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you could hide away. Little hideaway cord.
Wait, how does that? Oh, okay. So this is on the back?
Yeah, right here. You look at the picture.
Wait, can it flip forward?
Those are the modes right there.
Well, it's definitely lit up.
There it is.
Lift and rotate shelf to front use.
Yes, you can twist it.
Look at that.
Kaboom.
It's
so
twisted now.
You can however you have it set up. If you want the controller to sit behind it or whatever.
Well, let's see with this charging.
Yeah.
Where does it do it?
I think you still have to plug a cord in though.
Oh, I thought it was wireless.
No, I don't think it has a wireless tech on there. But yeah, see, you can just get a short USB right here.
Okay, so like you could route this around and then you could plug in anything you want.
Yeah. Now that you have a power source,
yeah, that's legit.
You can do whatever the fuck.
Boom.
Or just hold it. Hold the phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't want to do that because
No.
you don't have Sonic.
Sounds like, hey, motherfucker.
It's so sick
it made me want to play the game. I was
I
like,
know. Crystal loves the game too. I
Yeah.
didn't grow up on the Sonic games.
I did. It was like the initial game you got with Sega. So like,
Yeah, but I couldn't afford a Sega.
yeah. Oh, I didn't either. Actually, I got it from my uncle. I remember he was in the military, and like, I don't know, they gave him a bunch of Segas,
That's
or
cool. Like,
I don't remember how he got one. He probably just bought it, but I remember him just like coming one day over the house, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys want a Sega? I'm gonna be gone or whatever." I think he's getting deployed or something, and he was gonna be gone, so wasn't gonna be playing it. So
it holds the controller, and then you can just plug it in and charge it.
yeah.
That's sick. What about this way? No, you wouldn't want it that way.
Yeah, or just a holder. If anything, it just holds it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you can rotate it and put it to the side, the back, whatever, however you wanna. Pam pam. Thank you, ma'am. If you want to, if you want to just put the controller on the back and have Sonic.
I don't think it works too well on the back because it moves too far down.
Oh yeah, the base.
Yeah,
It probably needs to be forward. Yeah,
most definitely. Well, there's a button too.
Turn it on and off. Turn it off. Yeah. Not all of them have all these features because I guess this is a pretty like big market now for controllers, phone holders, and controller. There's a bunch of different. There's a Halo version. There's like all these different versions of controllers holders now.
You know that like wireless charging battery thing you had left here?
Well, when I bought this one, there was a bunch of different other ones. So,
I was thinking maybe that's what I'd do with it.
What? Oh,
put the wireless charger in here.
Oh, built it in. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You could do whatever modifications you can think of, dude. You could probably find some kind of like wireless like charging pad that you're not using or something, and find a way to build it in and plug it into one of those USB ports on the side.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even like the phone just kind of sits. Oh, it's so. Look how flush it is with the Pixel's camera on the back.
It gets all the way to the.
It goes all the way to the camera.
Yeah.
The camera bump. That's pretty cool. That's perfect.
Yeah. So you could build it into that or have it on the outside, but then you might cover up some of the fucking pattern if you do it on the outside. Ideally, you would want to be on the inside.
No, I think you can definitely put it on the inside. There can't be that much in here.
Once you open it up.
Outside of wires and shit. So
it's got the 2 ports, but that's it, really.
What happened to it?
Oh, no. Maybe it's Sonic, come alive. There he is.
It's probably this thing.
Yeah, it's that thing. We learned
We've had that problem before.
Once we plug extra stuff in, sometimes it just went out again. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, I definitely like the bells and whistles on it. It was pretty cool.
Legit, man. Thinking of different unique ways it can hold my phone.
Make it heavier. Put some weights in the front.
Yeah. This slot right here, I feel like
you could use that for something.
Yeah, like it looks like it wants to be something there. Like maybe it connects to other things.
But maybe you can hide some of your cords, your USB cords.
Yeah, that's probably what it's for.
Yeah, you could hide some.
Just to shove some.
Well, because if you have an extra one on the side, you could tuck it in.
But it's like really tight, so I don't know if that would be it either.
Huh.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, it didn't really advertise a little slot on the bottom. I didn't even know it was there until you said that.
Yeah. Maybe it can like be mounted somewhere using that slot. Just slide it in. I don't think it was intended for anything.
No. Yeah,
Holds controllers and phones. Lights up. 2 fast charging USB.
Oh, it's got a QR code on the front. So whatever that takes you.
Scan here for the icon's instruction manual.
That QR right there on the front. Do something with that.
Yeah, I think it's the same one that's on the side.
Oh, they got one on the side too.
Yeah.
But yeah, have fun with that. Keep it mounted. Keep it ready. Hedgehog 3's coming out, right?
I want to say it's already out, isn't
Is it? Holy shit. It might be out already, huh? Oh, yeah, it is. Because it says if you're going to see Sonic 3, there's a post-credit. Well, it has mid-credits and post-credits.
Yeah, I always go and look up that. There's a website that just tells you it all.
Yeah, so it has a mid and a post. So they are not going to stop making Sonic. That should tell you right there. Just know you...
Well, Sonic's not going anywhere, man. He's a classic icon.
Oh, yeah.
That's like saying Mickey Mouse is going to fade away.
Or Batman.
Or fucking
Spider-Man.
Mario.
You heard about the Spider-Man thing, right? That
What?
Sony wants to try to sell Spider-Man back to Marvel.
Oh, do they now?
Well, because their movies suck.
They're not very good.
That Craven got worse.
So bad.
It got worse ratings than Madam Web.
I didn't even know that came out.
Exactly.
Was it straight to streaming?
It went straight to the dump. That's where it went.
Sounds like it.
It's and I feel a little bad because it's not a bad actor. It's that fucking Taylor, whatever, Jonathan Taylor, whatever the heck his name is. What's the dude that was a Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass?
Yeah, the guy that was Kick-Ass.
That's who's in Craven?
Yeah, he's Craven.
He's Craven?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, whatever is Taylor Johnson or whatever the heck his name is.
Shit, I think. Yeah, I guess that is him. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't remember his last name.
How old is he now?
He's only like
'Cause he
30.
does not look like he did when he was
He's
Kick-Ass.
30 something, I think.
34.
34.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
my age.
Yeah, he's not.
Except he aged better.
He's well, I mean, he's in really good shape. Oh
yeah.
That helps with the aging process. But he I kind of feel bad because he's not a bad actor. He's in some good stuff too. Like he's in another movie that's actually like critically acclaimed and shit. What? I'm trying to think of the movie that he's in that people are talking about. I think he's in that fucking Dracula movie, the Nostradamus or whatever.
Oh, Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah. And that one's getting like a lot of buzz and it's not even out yet.
I know. That one looks good. And it's interesting too because like I don't remember the last time they did a Nosferatu type movie like that. Like the original fucking vampire.
Yeah, the old one from
Do you
like
remember it was like
from the 40s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a film school movie, right? That you would watch. He's like
he showcased he was had a cameo in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this like point where it was like a scary moment or something in SpongeBob and they're like, you know, that thing they always do when they figure out what kind of whatchamacallit, like, oh, there's a reason for everything that's happening here, you know? Oh, that was just this. Oh, that was just me blowing on my violin. Well, what about the lights? And then everyone looks over on the light switch and it's Nosferatu.
He's the one that turned it off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
But yeah, the movie looks pretty good.
It looks good, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the director is or who made it, but it's got some heavy hitters and it's getting some buzz too for sure.
You know, I've kind of changed my viewpoint on movies.
Yeah.
In more looking at them as like artistic pieces.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking like, there's a guy who wrote this shit.
Yeah.
Who directed this shit.
Yes.
Who was like, I want it to look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shitty ass movie, but it's a good one.
Oh, and I'm sure when he was making it, he didn't want it to be shitty, you know?
Or, you know, he had no fucking budget, but he fucking did his fucking passion project anyway, you know?
That's one of the things that God, I can't think of the director's name, but he's made a bunch of different like more like B, C scale movies. And he's like, I like being at that level. I don't want to go all the way to the top because if I keep he knows the exact number of budget to keep his movie under, so he won't be bothered. Like they won't bother. They'll just let him do his thing. He can make his movie, and he won't be bothered by any of the upper like corporate, guys coming in telling him what to do and stuff. And he's like, I like that. I'll keep that artistic freedom, so I don't have to make.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's whatever your reason is for doing it. It's like, do you like doing it? So that's why I do it.
Yeah, George Lucas is still making movies.
Yeah.
But he said no one will ever see him.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, which is, I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm missing out. But yeah, he just shows them to family and friends.
It's just him in his fucking garage playing with Legos and toys.
Yeah, but also like probably paying like to film like whatever he wants. Pay $30,000 or $50,000 or something to make.
Just call up any fucking celebrity. Mark Hamill, can you come over here and just... I need you for a scene.
Yeah, I'm making this thing.
Oh, what's the movie? Yeah, it's just something I'm making.
Yeah, I'll show you guys when I'm done. But it's only gonna be for you guys. So yeah, he's still filming stuff and making movies, but he won't put them out to anybody. Which I thought was like, that's just what he loves to do. Like he loves.
I mean, if you love the process and shit, then go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Kevin Smith. He's always said it. Like every fucking time he looks back, he's like, how could you not have fun on this? Like we're getting paid to play make believe here.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely has like the right outlook. Anytime you can listen to him talk about anything, and he just has
now he didn't used to, but
well, he's always been passionate though.
Yes, he always had a passion for it, but he blew up so quickly as a young director and everything that he pretty much learned on the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was caught up in the concern of like, oh, well, the movie did this, so now I've got to make another movie, and the expectations are high.
Yeah.
And so, but eventually he got to a point where it's like, well, I just want to make something like this because I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And that's where we got some great ones like, what the fuck was that one? There's this one where it's about like this church cult thing. And it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking good one. And who's in it? Fucking who's that Flintstone dude?
Flintstone? Talking about like what's his name? John
Goodman.
Yeah.
John Goodman. Yeah. He's in it. And he plays this like sheriff or something. And there's this whole like issue with these. I want to say it's like this church is going out there sending young girls to lure young men into devious shit and then make an example of them and like kill them on the spot and shit like that.
Huh.
And then the police find out and they get involved. And the whole church is made up of like family, like sons, daughters, cousin, uncles.
Yeah.
And then so it becomes like a showdown or something. Like they keep saying it's going to be the end of the world and whatnot. And you really don't know. Is the fucking angels coming? And he's saying like the trumpets will rain and shit. And then all of a sudden you start hearing that and the actors hear it and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And then there's this huge fucking gunfight and shoot down and everybody's like dying and whatnot. And at the end and the cleanup, I mean, I'm giving this whole movie away, but it's funny because they're like, what about those trumpets? Like, oh, well, there's actually such and such school band is practicing right over the hill.
They figure out where that was coming from.
Yeah. Perfect timing for that. But yeah, that's a fucking good one. Tusk. Did I say that already?
Yeah, we talked about Tusk.
Tusk, man. That's
I still haven't watched it.
One. Or the one where he does the fucking Hitler sausages. That one's hilarious too.
Yeah, he's definitely one that like I'll just watch. Like if I know he made something, I'll just watch it. Like Christopher Nolan.
And that's the way I am too.
Christopher Nolan, whatever he directs, I'm gonna go watch it. Like, it doesn't matter at this point.
There are certain directors, like if they've come out with something, it's like, yeah, I need to see that.
I heard he wants to do another Batman.
Oh. You know what? I heard that too.
Yeah. He's talking about. He's
in
the one
this
that
new like Batman universe thing.
he's the one that went to DC and told them he wanted to do Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He's the one that he proposed it. He went to them. He showed them like what he was gonna do, and they're like, "Yeah, we're on board." Like I thought it was this whole time. I thought it was the other way around. And he was the one that wanted to do it, and then he was he was doing his casting for Batman, and it was like Gyllenhaal, I think, came in. Like a lot of big guys came in to test. But when and what's his name? Fucking the heck is his name, dude? I can't think of the guy. Batman.
For Batman?
Yeah.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Yeah. I don't know. I just blanked out his name for a second. 'Cause I had I was trying to think of the other Batmans that came in test, and then I lost the one that I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, when he came in, he just blew him away. He's like, "Yeah, he's like, that's it. You're going to be Batman." Yeah. He blew him away. I think what's his name too? Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was possible Batman too. I mean, that's what he.
It's interesting to like think about the what if universes of so and so playing such and such.
Yeah.
You know, like we never got our fucking Nicolas Cage Superman.
Yeah.
But in some universe it exists. Or like Tom Cruise playing Iron Man.
Yeah, I like
because that almost happened.
I like when they do the AI, like what could have been, and like Captain America is like Brad Pitt or something, you know? Like,
Yeah, all this fucking random ass shit that could have been.
Yeah, there's a little AI like what ifs, and they'll just tell AI make Tom Cruise and
like Harrison
version.
Ford wasn't the first choice for Indiana Jones. Like they didn't want him at all.
Yeah,
but they ended up getting stuck with him because someone else had to drop out or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, and Harrison was like he was just a carpenter. He was working on sets, and I think he was like fixing a doorway or something in the office that they were working in. So he would work on it like at night, so he could be free during the day, and then he was just like reading lines with the actors because they just asked him because he was there, like, "Hey, can you read these with these actors? You know, we need a test for this, whatever." And the whole time he didn't know that like they were like, "Oh, we think this guy might work."
Yeah,
you know, and then they offered it to him. But yeah, he didn't start acting till later.
No.
He just had this whole life as a carpenter, like doing, projects.
It all fucking happens.
Doing projects in people's houses and stuff, and then like, oh yeah, he becomes a famous like actor and stuff like that. Yeah, like there's
coming out in that new Captain America movie.
Yeah, he's the president.
He's gonna play the Red Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Which is interesting because I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be somebody else in the comics, but I don't know.
I thought I heard some kind of thing about that Captain America. Like they were having some issues
Brave New World.
Because it wasn't testing well.
Yeah, they had to go and redo some things.
Yeah, like they didn't like the Hulk. Like the scenes were like clunky. The story was kind of off. Like they went and like I think they're trying to fix it now.
Yeah,
because it kind of fucked up.
Well, I heard that also Marvel is trying to like just test things out. Let's see which kind of superheroes and things the fans like,
and then fix it.
Put more money towards those people.
Yeah,
you know,
it's smart. Like, I mean, DC needs to do something. Like, that's why I think they're just shutting. The word is they're shutting all their projects down. Like after Kraven, and even they just did the other Venom that I didn't even see.
Oh, Sony,
yeah, and all their fucking characters just.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Was it the third Venom?
Yeah,
did not.
I didn't see it either, but I mean, I heard. I
know
it was a little bit better than fucking that shenanigans Carnage that they did.
Oh man.
But yeah,
because they were too afraid to go R with that shit, and if they did, they could have done Carnage way better.
Yeah, because even when they tried to do his backstory, they just turned it into a cartoon because they didn't want to like slap, because he was killing. Remember, he killed like his parents.
That's who he is. The guy who the Carnage symbiote like attaches to is a fucking mad, crazy ass serial killer.
Yeah, he's a psychopath
who's killed like so many fucking people. He just loves killing. That's his whole entire background. I love to kill. So when Carnage gets to him, he's like, "Oh shit, you're perfect for me because I also love to kill." And now they can kill together.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that's holding back the other symbiote is Tom Hardy's character, where he says, "No, we can't kill right now." He's like, "Eat." You know, he wants to eat everybody and fucking kill. Yeah, Tom Hardy's character is like holding him back, but
Yeah, I don't like what they did with Venom to begin with because, like, just wasn't Venom to me, you know?
yeah, and it's just like
I don't know who that is, but that's not Venom.
when you look at the movie landscape right now, we just got a bunch of sequels. I mean, I think it's the first time in history that all the top movies this year are sequels.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice. You got the Gladiator 2,
Sonic.
I mean, Deadpool is a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all these movies are just sequels. They're just redoing.
They're sequels or remakes.
They're just redoing the movies that we already know because that's the only safe bet they have now.
Yeah,
because they're so afraid of putting money into anything because there's people losing.
There was a point where, like, you know, movies were like a creative spot, and now it's like, how can we get more money?
Oh, we grew up in a time where anything could be you could just go to the theater and be like, I don't even know what that is. I'm just going to go watch it. You know?
Especially if you lived in a smaller area. You know?
And there was so many like movies you didn't even hear of. You're like, I don't even know there's a movie about this. Like, I'll go watch it, I guess. Like, you're just that you could show up to the theater and not know anything and just pick a movie and watch it.
Fucking Blockbuster. My dad would rent everything. Everything that came in, doesn't matter what it was, he rented it.
Yeah, and some of these movies had a second life after the theater. Like it didn't do well at the theater, but when it went to rentals, it blew up.
It did better on rental or VHS or DVD or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah,
at the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of movies like that. They had a second life on the rental circuit.
And then there was some that just became cult classics for being so fucking terrible, like The Room.
Yeah, yeah, that the Disaster Artist.
Yeah. Have you seen the actual movie?
I've seen clips of it.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
Well, I want to watch it.
It's so bad that you can't stop watching it.
I want to watch the original, and then I want to watch Franco's like interpretation because I want to see what he did.
I feel like he was close, very close to it. Like genuinely,
he did it justice.
Mm-hmm. They did in the entire movie. Now the scenes aren't like identical, but they're the same. If that makes sense.
But he didn't want to probably make them identical. He was trying to do like an interpretation because you can't do full identical.
He's a little bit more over the top, I feel like. He takes it a little bit farther,
really?
But not that much where it's not believable.
Yeah, believable. Yeah.
But I mean, like, Tommy Wiseau's a fucking weirdo to begin with.
Yeah.
So
he's
a character in his own right.
I think to this day he still doesn't get.
And he fucking still makes things, and he holds like fucking acting classes and shit.
Yeah, I still don't think he gets like the joke. Like the people are laughing at him. He really genuinely likes the movie. Yeah, like I think he just genuinely likes the movie he made, and he likes the attention, but he doesn't get the joke. Like he doesn't.
Fucking weirdo.
No self-awareness.
Nobody knows his like. Where he got all his fucking money from.
Yeah.
He didn't rent any of the fucking equipment. He just went out and bought it.
That's crazy. But I mean, I guess if you're thinking this is not the only thing I'm gonna do, then yeah, buy it. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. But yeah.
Well, but no, he was like, he threw so much fucking money, his own money, at this movie, and this movie
was a disaster. Yeah.
It is so bad.
What's
like
the original
you watch
name?
it. The Room.
The Room. Yeah,
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
The Room. And I don't even remember what the story is. It's like this guy who finds out that his girlfriend's cheating on him, so he gets sad about it.
And he's such a bad actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so bad. And there's so much butt in it, like his butt.
He shows a lot of butt.
Shows a lot of butt.
So did Franco do that too?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he shows butt already. I mean, I could probably name like 3 movies I've seen his butt in. Like he was Pineapple Express, like Why Him, I'm pretty sure he showed his butt in that one. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He just does that anyways.
But yeah, man, if you got a moment, like just fucking sit down.
I want to
watch that movie, grab a bottle of popcorn.
Because that's the reason I haven't watched Disaster Artist. I want to watch the original first. So I see it pop
I'm down
up.
to watch it again. Like it honestly is one of those movies like I can continually watch because it is so obscure and odd that you can't take your eyes off of it. Like it's not so bad that it's boring. It's so bad that you can't stop watching it.
Yeah, see, I'm down for that. And what I heard from Joker too was it wasn't even bad enough. Like it was so bad, but it went past like the bad you can watch it. It's just bad. Like you can't even hate watch it.
You know, and the thing with that though, like I told you I was looking at movies in a different way.
Yeah.
So for that, I see the whole Joker's mind being played out in musical form and shit.
Yeah.
And being surrounded by the music that plays in his fucking head. Because the guy's got issues. And so now I feel like we were seeing more of an internalization of his viewpoint of the world and shit.
Yeah.
Happening around him.
I mean,
I don't know. It was weird, but
you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
You watched it?
I feel like I enjoyed it because there was certain parts where it's like I see what they're trying to do here with that, like what the character's doing, with where they're going with it. It wasn't about the Joker. It was about this mental issue this guy has.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but I've been seeing it pop up on Hulu, and I'm gonna watch it one of these days. But yeah, the thing about the first one was it technically that's what the first one was too. You didn't know if he was actually just thinking about himself talking to the neighbor down the way, or was he actually talking to her, or is that just a scene you're seeing in his head?
Yeah.
Like there was a bunch of that in the movie. So you didn't know what was real and what was not. But the kind of mystery of it kind of like left it up in the air. So like it made the movie really good. So he did a really good job with that.
And then with this one, it's like, you know, he's constantly being beat on, and
yeah,
he's got like this fan crushes and whatnot, getting all crazy into him and messing up his view of things.
Because he's not used to attention, but he's always wanted attention. Because there was always his picture of himself, like, oh, look at me, I'm on the Tonight Show, whatever they called it, remember? And he was like talking, hey, hi, you know, he's just killing it. You know, he has a crowd laughing and everything. He could always see himself like being there, but now when he actually gets it, it's another thing.
Yeah,
he's weirded out by it.
So the whole movie is always, I feel like, you know, just like we said, it's a piece more about
I like the director
mentality and shit. Yeah,
I like I mean, he's made some good stuff.
It's just that, you know, people want to see something specific from the characters, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like if we stop and look at these movies as you would like a fucking painting, you know, it's interpretation, it's art.
Yeah, and he didn't want to make the same movie again.
No. He wanted to continue on. Like, you don't paint the Mona Lisa 5 times.
Yeah, he's going in. He's doing something else. He wants to do something else. He's creative.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted another Joker 1. They just wanted a Joker 1.5 or whatever.
Yeah, they wanted
him in the
continuation of that
streets,
story and all that shit.
They wanted to see him build a gang or something.
They want to see him become the Joker.
He got a flashy car now with like all his gadgets, and he's going around Gotham.
But the cool thing about it is that at the end of the day, with that movie, we are still left not knowing who the Joker is, because he wasn't the Joker that fights Batman and shit. He was who he was, an inspiration for others to become a Joker.
Did they leave any kind of way of making another one, do you think? The way they left it,
they definitely left certain parts of it open to like make you speculate that this person might be the Joker instead.
They left some angles, that they could go in.
But I think it should stop right there. You know, I feel like for a franchise on what it was, artistically, it was a good spot to stop.
Yeah, and technically, I don't think they needed to make another one. Like the first
They
one
didn't.
was,
Yeah, it was its own thing. It was great.
yeah, it was just its movie. Like there's some directors that they're like, yeah, I get asked to. I mean, that was Adam Sandler. He never wanted to do another Happy Gilmore. He always told them no. And obviously, he's changed his mind, and he's got all these guys. He's got, Travis Kelce, and he's got all these like super famous people that are going to be in this next movie, and it's probably going to be pretty good. We'll see. But yeah, and some of these guys have always turned down sequels. They're like, no, that movie, we had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It ended. That's it. We don't need to make another one. Like he didn't. But obviously, money talks, and he's going to make another one. But what did you think of Harley Quinn with Lady Gaga? The Gaga.
So with that, I feel like
she went another direction with Harley.
Well, it wasn't even supposed to be Harley to begin with,
No.
It was just supposed to. Again, these characters aren't the comic book characters we know.
Yeah,
they're not the
different.
Batman characters. They're their own interpretation of mentally
Quinn.
ill people.
Yeah.
And she was like an obsessed fan, was the idea there.
Oh, she wasn't a doctor or whatever, like they always.
No, she was a mental patient.
Okay.
She was a mental patient. She just loved what he did.
And she was like, yeah, I'm crazy too.
I'm crazy too.
Okay.
And so they were crazy together.
Yeah. And they formed a bond and everything. Yeah. Because the Joker and Harley Quinn are supposed to have like a crazy bond. They never, you remember her from the cartoons and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
The black and red costume and everything with the bell. Speaking of bell, like, yeah, she didn't have a lot of layers in those cartoons.
No.
She was pretty much walking around with a mallet.
Because that's what she was, and she was originally made in the cartoon. She wasn't in the comics until the cartoon. That's her first ever appearance.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That was a completely Batman the Animated Series invention.
Wow.
They wanted to have someone for the Joker. It was like a sidekick, some type shit.
And they invented Harley Quinn. Wow, I did not know that. I always thought it came from the comics.
No,
Wow.
And then she became a more popular character in the comics and
stuff.
stuff.
Then obviously they made...
And then they were able to go like farther with it in terms of like how deep this character goes. Because where we end up with Harley Quinn in the comics, like she's separated from the Joker. She's her own person. She's more of an anti-hero than anything. And we find that really all that she was coming to terms with through all this is that she was in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And she was like stuck in an abusive relationship. So her entire like character arc now looks like a person getting out of this type of relationship and being able to heal themselves, but still be fucking chaotic and crazy.
Yeah, she definitely is crazy.
All right.
But yeah, I think we did it.
Oh yeah, we're almost like 2 hours.
Really?
Well, we're 146.
Not bad. We ended with Batman,
and that's how we
and
started.
Joker.
Batman
Just naturally.
and Joker. Yeah.
Right.
All right, people. This has been another amazing episode of Digital Cortex.
The Cortex that never stops giving.
Never stops giving. I have been ThicccWick. He has been Randomstylez. This has been Joker.
And
that
this is
has
our
been
Christmas special.
Christmas special Batman. And that's all we got for you today.
And I think we'll probably do New Year's, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, so next time we record, it'll be New Year's.
It'll be New Year's.
We'll record
It'll
something.
be New Year's. So happy holidays. Hope you enjoy it. Happy New Year's to come. We'll see you in a week or so, I guess.
Whenever we...
when we do that.
Yeah, whenever we do this shit.
All right. Later. Wait, I say bye. You say later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, one time you called yourself.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. Well, that's enough.
Right.